It's your boy O'Shea D. Jackson. I don't know how clear the video is going to be, but I want to talk to some people here. I wasn't going to record this, but I didn't feel like getting on the camera again and having somebody edit this all over again. But I want to talk about something that's very interesting, especially for a channel like this one, which is very, African centered, African American centered, diaspora centered, Ugandan centered, Kenyan centered. And I hate to talk about these things, but we need to have clarity on such discussions, all right? Should you use non-black people in the business that caters to the diaspora or caters to Africa? And if you guys are here, press 1 in the chat. I know I've uploaded a few videos, so the notifications might not go out as fast. And the question to this is, it's a very controversial question. Peace, Brother Sage. Because the thing about it is, when we talk a lot about the black community, Africa, and hiring our own to do certain things and keeping everything as black as possible. All right? And I totally get that. I totally understand that. And that's why we want to, work with each other, develop these groups, develop the platforms as content creators to leverage the fact that we can bring, other blacks into the business, that we can work with the African market and bring them into the business and try to grow the business, and whatever it is, whether it's fashion. You have a lot of people collaborating in African American communities and Nigerian communities and music and movies. But the issue is that a lot of times, especially if your business has anything to do with digital stuff, has anything to do with any forms of design or forms of infrastructure, a lot of times, family, when you want to come to the continent or even in Black America, a lot of times the skills that you may need for the business are not so readily available, or at least it's hard to find a talent that's black. Okay, a lot of times for you to get the right talent to make the business go forward, to support the diaspora, whether it's a blog, whether it's a consulting thing, whether you're doing something in manufacturing, you might not be able to directly know a person that is black to help push the business to the next level, right? And that's the confusing part, because we talk a lot about supporting black people and supporting the African community and supporting the diaspora community, and you want to hire somebody black. The problem is you may not be able to do it. So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. When I decided that I wanted to go with Kinganda, the person that I knew that helped develop a lot of my content before that was a Russian guy named Dima. All right. I met him on Upwork.com. So I want to give that game to the family right now. A lot of your, let's say if you're doing anything, a lot of you, a good people that you can meet, whatever, Brother Mike, Brother Mega Man, Upwork.com is the Beverly Hills of finding great talent online. Right? Great talent online. It's Upwork.com. You will not be disappointed, because what Upwork.com forces people to do is, let's say, for example, you hire somebody to design something. They will force the person to do a great job. Otherwise, you give them a bad rating. Okay? And Upwork.com forces freelancers, freelance.com, they force them to do a good job to get recommended that other people can hire. All right? So that's the benefit of a place like freelance.com, upwork.com. You hire these people and they have to prove to you that they can stay on full time and get other opportunities. what tends to happen is in Africa, like I was in South Africa, I was trying to move what I'm doing in Uganda at a point to Johannesburg, South Africa. I mean, I was dating a woman there. I was really crazy about her. And I love Johannesburg. I really love Johannesburg a lot. The internet is, and when you're looking for doing things on the continent, you want to look at a lot of things like infrastructure, traffic, being able to get goods. In Johannesburg, you can get computer parts, you can get cameras, everything you need to maintain in any kind of business is available in Johannesburg. It's a world-class city. But the problem is that when I was looking for photographers, I was looking for editors, every rate I kept getting was the person wanted $400 a day. I'm like, 400, and I'm trying not to say the N-word, family, so y'all work with me on the channel. $400 a day. I mean, it had everything that I needed. I mean, Johannesburg had pretty good rent. It was a lot of talented population. The rand is low, but the talent, it was taking me too long to find somebody that can do the work. And unfortunately, when they found out that I was an American, and I couldn't speak Zulu or Sosa, I know something like Sosa, whatever. It just wasn't feasible for me to stay there because I couldn't do it. All right. Now I wasn't in the, I didn't have enough connections in that market. But I'm gonna tell you what ended up happening. So you're gonna get overcharged. So a lot of times you come to Africa for some special skills, and people know that you're not from here. Obviously, the price is gonna go up. All right. Now, hear what I'm saying. Unless you're connected. In September 2018, Wode Maya happened to be in Kenya. All right. When Wode Maya was in Kenya, I met Dr. Mumi. Now, Dr. Mumi is a very talented TV presenter, former radio presenter, and she's from a very, very prominent family in Kenya. And in her studio, and that's the idea. When I saw her studio and how she produces, her studio is on another level, right? Dr. Mumi runs a very tight ship, and the guy that she had several guys working for her. One of the guys she had working for was Satati, and he was leaving in 3 weeks to go to a 1-year internship. All right, and that's how I met him. And but because I met him, and when he went to the internship and came back, she had already hired another guy. So I kept in contact with him, and I was able to bring him to Uganda, right? But had I had never went to Kenya and met Wode Maya, I would have never met him. All right? Which takes me back to the Upwork or the freelance. Now, the thing about it is when you come to Africa and you want to do a business, you need to have somebody that has set up a standard for the template and how the business is supposed to go. You don't want to come here and figure it out. All right? So if you are farming or if you are in content creation, what you better have is somebody that's already working with you. I don't care what color they are. You need somebody that can already set the standards for how the business works. Flat out. You don't come here. I mean, because most of us are in small business. It's not like you're coming here on a firm. You can, you have millions of dollars and you can hire 50 people. No. And even they are going to have their people that they can put in place that can train a certain level of standards. You feel like when you come to Africa, you don't need that. You need that. You don't come here without those standards, okay? And a lot of times, what you might find is you have a non-black person that is doing, working with you, and you hire them not because they're not black, but just because they're good. You might not be able to find a black person at first. And there's no problem with that. A lot of people will say, well, that's cooning, that's buffooning, and that's whatever. No, it's not. All right? If you don't have a certain level of standards for the business or a certain credo or level of productivity, and a person that's non-black has figured it out for you and helped you in the business, you hire that person. Okay? And what you do is when you come to Africa and you need to hire somebody else, They already know, okay, this is how the business works. This is, the level of productivity I'm expected to do. And then they can take it forward. That's the same thing that happened here. Dima, who was the guy, he had developed all the templates for King News. He developed the templates for the intros and outros. By the time Satati came from Kenya to Uganda, he was able to step right into the workflow. All right? Now Satati he's a main guy because he understands the business now. He can take it to another level, and he can train everybody else on the templates that the first guy set up. All right? And I'm gonna tell you, as black people, when we're talking about business, sometimes you need to think a little bit out of the box before you can make everything all black or all African. All right? Because when it's business, it's about, you have to be honest. Business is business. You want to keep it black, you want to keep it African, but you want to make the business go smooth, to be smooth. You want it to be an effortless transition for anybody you hire into the business to be able to follow that. And sometimes you might have an employee that's Russian, Ukrainian, Caucasian, Indian or Chinese or whatever. All right? And you can use their talent. Let me tell you one thing that the black folks got to do. We have to also, in rebuilding the continent, in rebuilding black people, like how they do us, they take our best talent in the white communities, they come and handpick. We got to do the same thing. All right? Our recruit from Russia, from Poland, from anywhere that makes this content better, and they can move people forward, and we can unify people more. I won't. Oh yeah, sure. And we got to have that mindset. We're the only people that don't play by these rules. What we think is, we're gonna do everything all black, everything all. And you know what? Even African governments don't do that. You come to Uganda and you see, all types of people that are here, and people say, well, why do you let them Indians in, or why do you let Pakistanis in? Because a lot of times it's not about racism or anything. It's just about certain people have put themselves out there to have this level of skill. Now, Africans do have those skills. Blacks may have those skills. But the thing about it is the African person who has the skill might not know about Upwork.com. They may not know about Fiverr. And you might need to hire somebody until you can get them involved in the network. Now, once you can get some good people here and you train the Africans on how to do the job, and if you want to get rid of them, okay, that's up to you. But always remember that you do the things that you take talent from anywhere to make it better for the business. If you steal the talent from white folks, because they will do it to you. If you steal the talent from the Chinese, you take the talent from Russians. Okay? A lot of times sometimes you have to move people from other parts of the continent. Don't be afraid to do that. I'll tell you right now, I'll give you this game. Kenya, if you're looking for social media talent, videographers, editors, Kenya has an abundance of talent. All right? Uganda isn't so strong as Kenya is. Kenya is more developed. If you need to go and recruit in Tanzania for your business in Uganda, go recruit in Tanzania. If you need to go to South Sudan to recruit, go to South Sudan. If you need to go to the Congo to recruit for your business in Congo, you go recruit where you can, because one person like that is the difference between making $1 million in a year and losing $100,000 a year. One person can make or break your business on the continent that knows what they're doing. One person can give you a huge advantage on the continent. Huge. One. Because one thing that you have to be able to understand is you're going to be able to recognize certain people. Because see, the thing about here is African Americans, when you come to Africa, you're not dealing with tribalism. You don't get involved in, what's going on with the Luos or what's going on with the Westerners and the Muganda. That's something that you haven't experienced. So when you hire somebody, you're not hiring somebody or partnering with somebody because they're from a different tribe. You don't care anything about that because you don't have any experience in that. So automatically it gives you an advantage because it's just like when they come to America, they've never experienced the system of white supremacy like we have. So quite naturally, Africans come to America, they start doing, very well. They don't, know anything about systemic racism. They just come in and start plugging and chugging. They say, oh, look at these opportunities. I don't feel held back, so I'm going to keep pushing. This is the same thing when you come to Africa. You're not involved in any of the politics, stuff like that. What you're looking for is who has the talent, who you can partner with, become business partners, or who you can do things with. That's all you care about, right? And who you have a talent, you negotiate what the percentage of your business is, you negotiate what the pay rate is, and that's all you care about. A lot of talented people get left out in Africa because of tribalism. You may have one of the, a lot of smartest guys I've ever come across in the continent, I know, are driving Ubers. All right, so imagine you have a guy that graduates top of his class, and because he the wrong tribe, or he the wrong people, he gets, left out of an engineering position that goes to a friend of somebody else because they're the right tribe. So now that brother's driving Ubers around. And he got all kind of talent. You'll see that all across the continent. All these genius-minded people, smart, super bright, but they've been left out because of, some tribalism thing. Press 1 if you guys can hear me. So be open to recruit if you get connected in a market, and I will say this: if you're going into a business that you don't know nothing about, let's say, for example, you are a person that all of a sudden you come here, you want to try chicken farming. All right? You want to try chicken farming. You don't know anything about chicken farming. You know what you might do? You might go to a person that's, in its business. They're getting underpaid. They might be a co-manager, know how it works. You might be able to say, hey, listen, what will it take for you, since you might be underappreciated here, can you consult me? Can you tell me some things about the business I don't know? You'd be surprised how all of a sudden now you have a business partner that is very talented and works very well, knows the industry, knows the resources that you need to get started in that business, knows when chicken farming is going to go down, when it's going to go up. So I'm not calling about plucking talent. It's just that if the person that knows that business is not getting rewarded, you just upgrade them. I've done that at least twice here. Where one guy was making like $200 a month. It was a guy in Kenya. The guy has a lot of talent. He really good in audio stuff, sound technician. He was trained in that. And the people that he was working for didn't appreciate his talent. So what do? I make you an offer you can't refuse, right? Come over to the diaspora, and African Americans, the whole black diaspora, we can all benefit from these people. A lot of the content quality that you guys have seen that has been upgraded on this channel, it comes from me recruiting the talent for our purpose. Because I felt like African Americans and the people in the diaspora deserve a nice shows with edits, shows with good sound. I don't know how to do that. But we can thank you for the indigenous. But this is how we we have to, number one, two things. Take people's talents from other groups that's not blacks for us, and then give our people the opportunity to have talent to up their game. Both strategies needed. If another group of people have talent and they can benefit your group, they're in the game. Why not? All right? Don't look at it as, oh, well, man, you white, so I can't do nothing. No. I had one editor for 3 years that was a Russian, and all the other people came and they saw that style, and now all of them were able to mimic that style. You understand what I'm saying? And now it's to the point where let's say if the guy were to leave, he can go and it wouldn't matter. But I mean, obviously, I'm gonna keep him. That's my boy, right? But he's helped improve. He created the King Ganda news template you guys see. He created and then an Indian created the background for King Ganda. So just in that, a lot of other groups contribute. And it's not that I didn't want to hire nobody black. It's just that I couldn't find nobody black. Sometimes you can't find somebody black to do it. And let me tell you this, sometimes when you find somebody that's not black, and people know that you already have somebody that's not black, it lowers the price. And that's something that you want to use to your leverage. When it comes to negotiation stuff, you don't want to be a person that's like, well, I'm hiring from our business, we don't have anybody, we're hiring right now. And this is going to make a person be like, oh, wait a minute, we don't have anybody already? All right, so the price is going to go up. I went through that here. You don't want to go through that, right? You want it to be where you already have something going, and you want people to respect what you have, right? So have somebody, no matter what color they are, and have templates that they can come in, and it's going to drive the price down so you don't get raped. Because again, people was hitting me up for $4 a day. What about the Andre? I think if I would have had my platform a little more organized when it came to King Ganda, people could see the quality of the video. When I went to Johannesburg, I would have been able to close the guy on what the market was asking. And when I finally found out what I should have been paying, I could have got a guy full time, $600 a week. And I also want to talk about this. When you try to do freelance work, which is daily, it's much more expensive if you negotiate weekly or monthly. All right? A lot of people in the freelance industry would like to have a set, people think in terms of jobs. All right? Everybody's not going to be like you, thinking in terms of entrepreneurship. People think jobs is a great thing to have, right? You have some people who are freelance, whatever they're doing, but people here have multiple income things, multiple jobs. So, you'd be surprised how many side hustles people have. It's not just one job. So if you have a person, they have a job that they know the money's going to be there, they'll do it. So, a lot of times, before you make an offer, you might want to see what they want to work for. Let them give you an offer, their times, what you can negotiate. Let them tell you the price. Usually what I do is I pay for transportation, right? I pay for food. I account for all of that. And for a lot of people, that's a big expense. Transport, food, plus the salary. I give also incentives. That's another thing you want to do. Incentive-based pay is something that's not really big, but let's say if they help the business earn a certain amount of money, you might say if we make this amount, this is what you can get. People tend to like that more here. They do, anywhere. Incentives drive people. So, always come in to the continent with somebody already that have mastermind. You don't want to come here and start from scratch and you have hired nobody. Right? That's a very terrible thing to do. If you need help, let's say with somebody that's accounting, you know, or somebody that does any kind of work, somebody you want to intern, um, you can do that here. I'm not asking any. I see there's a question off top. I'm not gonna stop my stream what I'm saying to answer that question because I don't know that answer, and I gotta keep building. All right. Shout out to the brother. Sorry about that. So, yeah, that's fake evidence in the background. So, guys, you know, you do what you can when you come to the continent. Have all your ducks in a row. You don't want to come here and you just starting a business. You're gonna fail. All right. Now, I have a new video coming out about how to train people. Management and training is vital. You cannot come here and be a one-person employee. It doesn't work in Africa, okay? Like the Sister Natural Ghana girl. The one man on the island out here doesn't work, all right? You will fail miserably. You need to be able to show people why it's important for what they do. So if they have a task, why are they doing that task? Why is that important? You need to be able to explain that and replicate what you do so that they can do it efficiently. If you cannot train people, you're going to lose big time. You have to train people, be patient with people, explain to them why things happen, why it's important for their task to be done, the benefits of why they're doing it, what happens if they don't do it right, and explain it to them. They'll understand it. But you have to be able to train and manage, because the one thing you don't want to do is keep losing talent, right? You have somebody good and you yell at them, they get mad, butt hurt, don't come back to work, they scared of you and shit, because that can happen. You lose talent that way. I've almost lost all my people at one time, roasting them. All right? Because people are not going to look at it like that here. If you start yelling at your people or whatever, some people might just quit. All right? So you have to be able to train. I had that coming. Train, manage talent. And if you're a person that has a job, and you come into the entrepreneur space, and you don't know how to train, you don't know how to maximize talent, how to motivate, you're going to have a tough time. You'll have a tough time here. Because you can't come here and be a one-person business unless you're trading stocks, unless you're doing cryptocurrency or some online. If you're coming here to do anything that requires, and most black businesses in the States are one-person employees. You have one employee, you have a business, but you're the only person that runs the business. You're not going to be able to do that here unless you are very, very good in that same business and you can do it remotely. But if you come here and you want to expand that business and it depends on certain other factors, you got to be able to train your ass off. And you got to learn quick. You can't come here and be like, oh, well, I don't know how to train. I was an employee in the States. No. Because people, when they come here, if you have an idea and you're their boss, you better know what you're doing. All right? You better know what you're doing. I'm trying so hard not to curse, but you better know what you're doing. All right? Because you know what's a disaster? A manager who's never managed and an employee with a manager who's never managed. Or a business partner with the person who's never been in business. That's the best way to be destruction. All right? And a lot of African Americans is coming to Africa with no management experience, don't know how to train, and then you come with this employee and you don't know how to get the best out of that person. And the reason why is you don't know what you're doing. And a lot of people coming from America, coming to the continent, you need to put some more tools in your tool belt, player. All right? You need to have some more tools in your tool belt. Have some tools on your tool belt. If you don't know how to manage, you don't know how to train, start trying to figure it out. Because you're going to have to train here. Africa is more of a community society. You can't just stay by yourself and be successful. You have to work with people. You have to be patient with people. You can't just come here and just sit by yourself and You will not make it. People have to help you here. You got to be involved in the community. You got to be involved in the business sector. You know, it's not the kind of environment where you send emails, people respond. You got to pull up on people, talk to them, shake hands, have dinners. This is still a very in-your-face environment. If you don't know how to talk for yourself, you can't create for yourself. You gotta talk for yourself here. All right? Remember, whatever education you have in America, it's not going, you know, it'll help you, but you got to be on the ball. The more effort you put in, talking to people, going out meeting people, staying in people's faces, a lot of people, what they want to do is come to Africa with the same energy you have in America. That level of energy is not going to work. All right, in America, you have some security. Here, you got to be out on the ball. You got to be moving. All right? You got a business you're trying to do, you got to be ready to go. Got to be ready to go, family. Can't just sit back and, you know, no. This is you're creating. Now you're the, see, and here's the thing you got to understand. Everybody needs to understand that when you're working for the business, you don't own the business owns you. All right? Africa is a hustler's environment. Any country, the business owns you. You don't own the business. That's nonsense. It owns you. It owns all of your life. You're consumed by the business. All right? Want to be good? It consumes you. It consumes you. So I see some brothers talking about learning different languages. If that's what you got to do to learn the business, consume it. It's not the time like, you know, you come here, you kick back. I'm up with what I do at 1 in the morning. Usually, I'm up at 1 in the morning, and I may go to bed till like 10. I'm reading analytics. I'm responding to emails. I'm crunching stuff. That's what it takes. Because everybody has to get caught up on the strategy. Everybody has to know why we're doing something. Everybody got to be on board. This is why we do this. X, Y, and Z. Why? You know, in medical school, you can try to learn something and regurgitate it, but medical school is different from undergrad in the fact that you need to know why something happens. I learned that in my education. When you're training people, the best way people understand things and do very well in the job is understand why or why not. All right, family? And you have to be able to do that when you're here. Explain to people why it happens. And a lot of times you need that experience from another race, it could be. Somebody might have to tell you why it happened, so you can tell somebody else. All right? Family, I'm going to take some questions and I'm going to go back and eat my food. I'm thinking I'm going to post one more video today. But somebody says, what is the country that has the fastest internet besides South Africa? That will be Kenya. Nairobi has very, very good internet. Brother Jess Smith says, how dependable is access to the internet in your location? I use a Kenyan company called Zuku. And interestingly enough, when Zuku, I first came into contact with Zuku fiber when I went to Dar es Salaam, Tanzania at the end of 2018. And I stayed into Airbnb. That was really, really good. And I looked at Zuku and I saw they were in Uganda. And what I did was, on Airbnb, this is some game I want to give you guys. When you come to the continent, you can search for internet access apartments and filters, okay? What you can do, family, is every Airbnb, ask them, who do you have for an internet provider, okay? If you come to Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, one of the names that's ring is Zuku. Don't do DSTV. All right. Ask for like Liquid Telecom is good, fiber. So once you know that Liquid Telecom is good, and you know that Zuku is good, you go up to 100 megabits per second. Then what you want to decide is what areas do they have this internet in? Because in Kampala, for example, in Nairobi, you can get fiber everywhere in the city. In Kampala, you can't. You can be in Bukoto, Tenda, at least with Zuku, Kololo, which is very expensive. You can be in Luzira. You can be in Chayambogo. And I believe Bugalobi. So basically you're limited. If you want to do the kind of business I'm doing with the social media content creation, you need to be in those areas, because you don't want to be in an area where you can't create social media content and you're using like a dongle or something like that, because the business can't run. And again, that's the difference between earning $20,000 in a month and earning $100 in a month. You see, that's a big difference. One mistake can cost you that much money here, just off of one thing. One thing can cost you that much money. That's the difference between $25,000 in a month and $100. Here, what area you live in depends on all that. And there's places that I knew that was more comfortable. They had a pool I can live in, but I can't do the business there, so I can't stay there. You stay where you can earn. So a lot of times, if you have a business that you want to run, you stay where you can earn. You live where you can earn. Hold on. Somebody says, some of us have to be consumers. Point me to your business. I will come and spend the American retirement. Could you provide financial advice? Example, black banks to join stock market information. No. I don't do financial advice because I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. I'm not a financial consultant. There are people that I know that do that on YouTube. But if you're talking about like black banks, in Africa, every bank is black. I'm only dealing with African information. Are there tax write-offs? If you have expenses in America and you want to write it off in America, I'm sure there's tax write-offs in here too. Sure. If you have a business visa. But as far as like black banks, I'm not a financial consultant or a business consultant. What I do is I just come on here and tell you what I've experienced, and that's limited information. I don't want to start talking about things I don't know. So that's just for me. If you brothers and sisters want to come to Africa, any country, I'm pretty sure what I'm telling you will work. And a lot of African countries are very similar, especially the ones that were operated by the British. So Nigeria, Ghana, I think your brother Andre Hatchett. Nigeria, Ghana, the Gambia. You're gonna see a lot of similar trends. Kenya, I've been to Kenya, Tanzania, very similar to how things run. A lot of the British countries operate just the same. Is it a must to be on the ground in Uganda to build agricultural contacts? Let me tell you something. It's a very good question. If you don't want to commit to being here, don't come. Simple as that. Africa's a place you need to be. All right? Like, it's very advantageous if you can be here. If you can't be here, don't do it. You're definitely gonna lose your money. Okay? People need to see you. People need to be able to respect you. You need to meet your people. You need to meet the staff. You need a good manager. I have a damn good manager. I've had two. I was lucky. Jonita is a very good manager. Jonita and Pimaya are sisters. So I pretty much got Pimaya, and then I got our sister. So I got the family, right? I got lucky in that. But Africa, got to be serious about it, family. I don't want you to lose your money. I don't want anybody losing your money. Do not do anything in the continent on emails. This is not an email society. Why do you think so many people come to live here and do whatever they're gonna do? You get all your stuff together in the States. Or if you can make money, you know, like what I'm doing, I'm a social media content creator, podcaster, that's different. But if you have something physically you want to do, don't you dare give somebody $10,000 and sit back and wait for a return. Your money will be going bye-bye. Thank you, Robin. Africa, you got to be on the ground. You got to be on the ground here. All right? Must be. It's a must that you're on the ground. If you can't commit to living on the ground in the continent, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's a decision that every African American person got to make, and that's why I've created this channel. Shout out to Sister Natural Ghana Girl, and that's why I brought her onto the platform. Is because we want to give the most realistic information. I've been here 8 different times. I lost over $60,000. You know what I mean? That time. I'm just now starting to get it back. But you know, when you decide that you want to go Africa, first come and see if you like it. Whatever country you want to go to. That's the first thing you want to do. Like, do I like it? T. Kelly, I forgot what I just had. It was some chicken and some mashed potatoes. So first decide, do you like it? If you like it, you like the vibe, what are the opportunities there? All right? And you definitely gonna see opportunities. You know, African Americans are smart people. Right? And then once you see the opportunities, are you committed to keep going back? All right? If you can't say yes to them 3 questions, Africa ain't for you. You can still be pro-black without coming to Africa. All right, always remember that. You can be pro-black and Africa ain't for you. All right? Everybody that's pro-black don't need to be in Africa. All right? My dad is very pro-black. More so than I would say even me. He can't make it in Africa. Okay, I can tell you that right now. He a country guy, country boy. So you need to be able to answer yes to all those questions. Number 1, do I like the country that I'm visiting? 2, are there opportunities for me? Yes, they are. 3, am I willing to put the effort in to maximize those opportunities? If the answer is no, don't go. Because you need to be able to go spend time. You might need to spend a month, 2 months out the year, 3 months out the year. Like Dynas, you know, Dynas goes sometimes 7 to 8 or 9 times in a year. That's how you get all the opportunities, because you can't meet everybody on the first trip. Okay? You can't meet everybody on the first trip. Africa it's not like that. Like, you know, everything is scattered out. So, you know, to be able to get all these people, you can't meet them in the first time. You gotta keep coming and going back. Keep coming and going back. And you add more and more every trip. Now, once you have done that, then you stay and start your new life. Because see, there are opportunities, but you have to be able to take advantage of them. And it's not always about money, family. A lot of you have money, but you have to be able to cultivate that money. Okay? And again, it's going back to, can you train? You might have the money, but you can't train. You might have the money, but you can't manage. If you can't, you might have the money, but you can't hire talent. Do you know how to handle and manage talent? That's a problem I had. I could find talent, I just couldn't manage it. I had to learn how to manage talent. So that's a skill that I had to put in my tool belt. I had to realize, you know what? I'm a little bit too hard on the people that work for me. I'm a little bit too, when they make a mistake, I'm not as understanding. Cause y'all know I'm crazy. I can get mad and all of that. And Mojito, it's not about them taking ownership when it takes off. It's just that, like right now in the business, I've been here 8 or 9 different times. I can manage it from where I'm at. Because of the kind of business that I'm in, you have to turn in things to get paid. Like I know if you did those episodes or not. If you don't do the work, I'm not gonna pay you, right? So in Dropbox or Google Drive, if you don't have those things in, you're not gonna get paid. Okay? So you can't cheat me. Now, if some of you brothers and sisters that if you want to do something that's more, physical, that's a different. But let me also say this: I have a video coming out this. If you move to Africa as an African American, African Americans, if you're African American, press 1. African Americans, press 1 in the chat. Shout out to Sky Heary Brown. Who else? One second, family. Brother Eastwood, what's going on, family? So let me say this: if you're an African American and you come to Africa, the number one thing, and I'm gonna tell Brother Lance, I'm gonna tell Brother Eastwood, the number one thing you better do is start a I almost cursed. Start a YouTube channel. Okay, that's your biggest advantage in Africa is your social media reach. Once you can prove that you are an African American living in Africa, the opportunities open up. All right? That's the first thing you can do to catapult your financial success. Is start a damn YouTube channel. I don't care where you at. Now, I'm gonna tell you this, I'm gonna give you this game. If you are in the Togo, like Ghana has a lot of people already there. So let's say, for example, you decide you want to move to Dar es Salaam, Zambia, Zimbabwe, South Africa. Even Ghana is still good, but the Gambia, Liberia. If you go to these places and you're an African American, doors open. Everybody is interested in the African Americans' experience in Africa. Everybody wants to see you out there on the continent. I'm giving you guys the game. Everybody wants to see you, brothers and sisters. Everybody wants to see an African American in the continent. If you have a wife, I'm gonna give you some more game. If you are a black man and you married to a black woman and you go back to Africa and you have kids, you, my friend, have found a gold mine. All right? Black people like to see that. Okay? I'm going to just tell you the truth. And black people, like I'm going to just be honest and not throw distance to nobody else, but if you're Nigerian and you move to South Africa, they don't care. Nobody cares like that. All right? You're a Ghanaian and you move to Uganda. Nobody cares. If you're an African American and you come to Africa, everybody cares. As George Macon was telling me with the King Ghana channel, he said, bro, you're not interacting with that channel enough. And that's why it's not growing. He said, Jonita and Pimaya and them, they're good. He said, but people want to see your experience in Africa. And I was like, well, I'm always in Africa, but I never showed my experience. Because I just didn't want to be that involved. I wanted to produce a channel. He said, bro, you're making a very big mistake. People want to see you interact with local people. They want to see you tasting food. They want to see you, having fun. They want to see you and sharing and giving, dropping the knowledge. And I said, you know what? All this game I've been having for so many years, I just now started to show it, right, family? And then what I've noticed is, in the last 2 weeks, the channel has grown. It's catapulted in subscribers, right? So if you are a person that you want to come to Africa and you're afraid about the jump, one of the things that you have is your experience. Okay, family, I will tell you this: you might not know how to edit, you might not know how to produce video, but if you come and start documenting, the black family will follow you, and that will definitely lead to another income. Look at Black Acres of the Gambia. Now, Black Acres of the Gambia, they're an older company, older couple. They don't do a whole lot of crazy edits on their videos. They just go around and they turn the camera on. But do you know what? People want to see it because they're authentic. They're in Africa. Art Kathy don't have no high-tech cameras and computers and editing. But Art Kathy, it's a fact, she's in Gambia. People want to see African Americans in Africa. Okay? The same thing with Native Born. Now, what made Native Born different was Native Born, they could edit. So their content was more organized, it was more sophisticated in comparisons to Black Acres of the Gambia. They were more savvy with social media, getting out. They could edit more. They were more technically savvy. That's why their channel was blowing up. But the difference was they weren't consistent enough. Black Acres of the Gambia give you an episode every day. Art Kathy will do something every day. Same thing with Traveling Sister out in Tanzania. She's savvy. She would blow up more too. She just don't upload a whole lot. Look at Eat, Love, Migrate. Eat, Love, Migrate uploads every day. Eat, Love, Migrate don't have necessarily, I would say, the best camera equipment, but Eat, Love, Migrate can edit. She does use the phone. She will put up an episode every day. And it's a fact that she is interacting with Africa. And for African Americans that's on the, now some people never come into the continent, but they just still want to see it. Because the thing about it is that you're going to have footage that nobody can copy. See, like when I do entertainment or gossip or whatever on my other channel, a lot of folks can do that. Everybody can't, but if I turn the camera on and go outside, you can't fake that. So it makes you a very unique commodity. Now, I was talking about, anybody heard of King Obatunda? Press 1 if you heard about King Obatunda. If you know who that is, press 1. King Obatunda. He's here in Kampala, Uganda. Anybody heard of King Obatunda? All right. So King Obatunda, I met him literally on the plane coming to Kampala. If you look at his flight, if you look at his video that says, I'm going back to Uganda, at the end of the video, you will see me on the plane. When I met the brother, he had 200 subscribers. All right. 2 weeks ago, he called me and said that BBC wanted him to be a part of this African American movie Uganda thing, right? And he needed somebody to shoot his videos for him. He asked me, could King Ghana do it? What people don't know is we're the ones that filmed a lot of his partition of the BBC documentary. He was right there. If you look at the struggle wood that I do on my other channel, he was there, right? But he was on BBC. Then last night I called him, he was on Urban TV, right? So he's been on national television and he's been here for 5 months. Why? People want to see African Americans in Africa. Everybody wants to see it. It's hot ticket item TV. What you know what I do, right? I'm gonna just say something real quick, family. And this is no disrespect to anybody that's not African American. Brother DH, I'm building right now, brother. Hold on. You see, I'm talking, family. Don't interrupt me. Um, see, you made me lose my thought. What was I saying, family? I hate when that kind of stuff happens. You always have a Negro that mess your thought up. But so, what was I saying, brother? I had a good thing, but you messed me up, brother. Damn. I was building it up, man. Okay, African Americans, right? When you come to African American, it's a hot ticket item. It's hot. You can expose yourself to everything. You know, it's almost like being a superstar. It gives you an automatic advantage here. And a lot of African Americans don't do it. You want to come in and start competing in the local markets. You're going to come in here and start competing in the poultry market, and you're going to start farming and stuff like that. Let me be honest. You don't know anything about that business. A lot of African Americans come to Africa, all of a sudden you start a business, you don't know anything about it. You don't know anything about that business. And let's just be honest. I'm going to tell you right now, why would the locals let you into their business to compete against them? What sense does that make? All right? Think about it. If I know that you come somewhere else and I'm gonna let you come into the market and start making money off the local economy here, I'm not gonna let you do that. All right? Especially if you don't have a lot of money. Now, if you had the kind of money that Chinese have, then you might overtake the market. But if you coming in here and you trying to get into the chicken farming and you don't have a lot of money to invest $5,000, well, I would tell you anything and take your money, because I'm not gonna let you come into the market and compete with me and get sales off of local Ugandans for what? And a lot of people try to come in here and start a business that you can't even support yourself on. Use your advantage. You are African American in Africa. That's the best business you can be in. The world want to see that. What are you talking about? Why are you wasting your time trying to deal with something else? And like I said, and it's no disrespect to the other family, but I want to say this. When I put the Dear African American playlist, okay, and that's not me being racist, because what I felt is, on Africa, I'm an African American, okay? I have plenty of Ugandan content on here for everybody. But I felt that for the people that I came from, we didn't have a whole lot of information catered towards the African American family, right? But what I found out was, when I put the Dear African American playlist, everybody watches it. Everybody watches it. Nobody goes, well, you know what, I'm Nigerian, I don't want to watch it. Now, if somebody put Dear Nigerians, African Americans are gonna be like, oh, well, you know what? They talking to somebody else, I'm not gonna watch it because it's Dear Nigerian, so it's not for me. No. When you put Dear African Americans, everybody watches it. Everybody watches it. Haitians, Caribbeans. Because I'm gonna tell you what happens. When African Americans give information about the continent, the Black British community is not large enough a lot of times. They can't put Dear Black British. But African Americans, we are a huge diaspora family, right? So, and people feel comfortable participating in our forums. Okay? They do. Jamaica, the Caribbean family, the South African family, everybody is interested in our perspective. So once you know that you have that advantage, use it. Use it. It's an opportunity. Why not use it? Use it. Use being an African American to your advantage. So if you come and move here and you're not documenting your stuff, you're not putting your stuff on Facebook, you're not vlogging, you're not setting up a podcast, you literally hurting your opportunities to make money. Every African American that come to Africa should have a YouTube channel. You should have a Facebook channel. You should be talking to people like me, Dynas, because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. If you get a channel popping, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Boyce Watkins gonna hit you up for an interview. African Diaspora gonna hit you up for an interview. Dynas Demir gonna hit you up for an interview. O'Shea Duke Jackson will hit you up for an interview. African Tigers gonna hit you up for an interview. All you gotta do is go there. Don't worry about it because we looking for that content. Because we know that content make money. I'm gonna just give you some insider secrets. If you're an African American and you live in Africa and we find out, we know that that's money. If we get you on our platform, we all know that. All right, Sonnetter, everybody knows that, and you can use your content to leverage them. See, that's the inside game of social media business. You sitting on money and don't know it. So we know, like your brother Quasi, he's African American, and you live in Zambia. And I find out, I'm emailing you, hey brother, you want to come on and you're gonna get subscribers, you can build your platform, you can get into the business. Why not get into the business? You leaving a limited amount of money on the table. Don't do that. And if you don't know everything up front, anything you're doing. Now, if you're a farmer, like Black Acres of the Gambia, they have farms. They came in here, but they document their stuff. I'm trying to get to you guys. And guys, I've been getting a lot of emails, family. Let me tell you something. I'm just a Negro that's somewhat bright. I'm not a consultant, family. I'm not gonna charge you guys. Okay. I love the African American family. I love the African diaspora family. All our brothers from all across the black world. I'll talk shit to y'all. That's my first curse word in an hour. I do roast people, so y'all know how I can get down. Don't take it personal. But I'm not a consultant. Okay, I cannot tell you the best business to get into and all of that. I can tell you how mines work, and I can tell you that you can use some of my tips to help you do better. But one thing I'm not going to do is consult you, or I don't charge for I don't consult. Dr. Harnett consults. Now, once we get into the level, once the government opens back up a little bit more, we can talk to some of the investment authorities. I can let you know. We will be in South Sudan. That's our next market. So I will tell you guys, that's the next country. Now, once they get a little bit more stable, look at South Sudan. I'm predicting that's the next best place. All right, a lot of opportunity in South Sudan for the right person. Okay, if you're really, really, really serious, South Sudan is a really good opportunity. Out in Juba, really good opportunity. I've heard a lot of good things. Which I'm gonna be in Juba in 2021. So I don't consult. I don't want your money. Don't ask me. Thank you, good. Yeah, I don't want. I'm not going because the last thing I want is when you Negroes call me talking about I took your money. No, but I'm just going to give you the game that I got, that I'm using, because I figured that it wasn't enough information. So, family, take those ticks. Sudan. Just saw a video about people being. I'm talking about South Sudan now. Thank you for the devil. Yeah, I'm not. I don't want your money. I mean, money is good and everything, but I'm not going to take your money for something that I don't know. But now I'll take like 3 or 4 questions, and I plan on using my few skills and trades to hopefully provide clean water and waste disposal to places that don't have adequate plumbing as well as fire security. Waste management is something that's important, but you need to be able to do what makes money, family. So if you can make money in that, fine. I know there's some. Shout out to the brother Sal, because some brothers and sisters, brothers, cut hair in America, and you can make a lot of money as a barber in America. You're gonna starve as a barber in Kampala, family. Okay, you can't make no money doing that here. Now a woman, if she's into fashion, if she's into hair, high clientele, for a woman you can do that. How come nobody recommends Nigeria? Nigeria is off the chain. I would love to be in Nigeria. I think I'll be more successful in Nigeria than anywhere, maybe even here, right? Nigeria is such a big market with a lot of talent. I don't know why African Americans don't talk about Nigeria, but I think that the thing about Nigeria is Nigeria has a lot of talented people already. Not that nobody else does, but Nigeria, they just overwhelm with talent. Nigeria has a lot of talented people in the UK. They've got a lot of talented people in America. And Nigeria, Nigeria is kind of like on another level. Nigeria got some very smart people, very motivated, very bright. Don't like a lot of outsiders. Very, very smart people. Nigerians, very talented. So, but anywhere you go, family, I'm gonna tell you like this, brothers and sisters. Worry about being good. Okay? Worry about being good. Being good is gonna take you a long way. If you're entering into the market, be good. Be good, family. So don't, I can tell you, Ugandans are excellent. I talked to a brother the other day that is expanding his shipping company to Uganda. Wants to do that. Shout out to the brother. Had a very, and I'm gonna tell you this real quick, brothers. If you come to Africa and you start a blog, you start a podcast, start a YouTube, you're gonna open your doors to bigger companies. Companies gonna want to deal with you. The government gonna want to deal with you. All right? You're an asset. Make yourself important wherever you go. Come to the table with, when you come here with those outside influences, come to the table with something because you provide a service. So brothers and sisters, I really love you guys. All right? I know a lot of y'all. Anybody that's shocked, press 1. Are y'all shocked at this kind of content that I'm doing now? Some of y'all thought I was an idiot, huh? Press 1. Because some of y'all act like y'all are shocked by the videos that I do on this channel. Like this is a different side of me. If you were shocked, press 1. I want to know. Did all of y'all thought I was who hated me before I came over here? Some of y'all didn't like me. 3D Burdens. Well, you've been following me for a minute. I'm surprised you thought I was an idiot. If you guys were completely shocked that I had this side to me, press 1. All y'all thought I was stupid. What air cargo company do you recommend to Uganda? And what are you talking about air cargo for, like shipping? Well, you know what? I will say this, brothers and sisters. On my other channel, I'm not able to go into great detail as I am here because I have a different audience on my other channel. Shout out to Brother Gregory X, my Uncle Gregory Wyatt. So this side of the channel allows me to be a little bit more professional, more informative, and people actually, Fabian, yes, people actually appreciate, the Pan-African content. You can be a little bit more, you can be more intelligent. Not that you can't on the other channels that I can. Yeah, people respect intelligence anyway, but here, it's a more practical application than I would say my other channel. Because, a lot of times, I'm on the ground, I'm giving you my true experiences. So we're just trying to build that up in the platform. So um, I y'all know, but brothers, I really do thank you. About and now one of the things I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring my struggle wood over here. Let y'all get familiar with that. Thank you, Eminem. So yeah, so family, use these skill sets, family. All right. Always give yourself the best advice. I mean, the best advantage to do things. Hard work pays off, family. All right. Hard work pays off. Unspoken. Yeah, she was thick too. Uncle Matty go, shout out to my brother. So always remember hard work. There's a lot of opportunity in Africa, but you need to be in a position to do what? Take advantage of it. Taking advantage of the opportunity means number one, having information and being here. All right. So guys, I'm gonna get up out of here. I love you, brothers and sisters. Um, I like this platform. It allows me to to interact with different people that I wouldn't interact on my O'Shea Duke Jackson channel. So I really love you, brothers and sisters, for that. So see you guys later. I'm out. Peace.